Hey there, fight fans, and welcome to the latest edition of Below the Belt Boxing. On tonight's card, we answer the question many boxing fans are asking. Who is Anthony Joshua's next opponent, Jermaine Franklin? Coming up, questionable decisions, financial hardship, and a prediction that may make you laugh out loud, judging off recent performances.
I just want to help boxers.
Jermaine Franklin, the 989 assassin, holds a world ranking of 35th, but has snuck his way up on the IBF rankings to become the 13th ranked heavyweight in the world. A 29-year-old Jermaine Franklin has recently fought British boxer Dillian Whyte, who was 34 years old with a record of 38 wins with only 3 losses, one being to Franklin's next opponent, Anthony Joshua. Whyte was on bounce from his loss against the Gypsy King Tyson Fury. Whyte was the taller of the two by 5 centimeters and also had a 2 centimeter reach advantage over Franklin. Franklin lost to Whyte via 12 rounds of a unanimous decision. He suffers the first loss of his career and his 21-fight win streak comes to an end. Franklin had never boxed a world-class opponent in his professional career before the Whyte defeat. But throughout the course of those 12 rounds, the 29-year-old boxer-puncher showed amazing hand speed, resilience, and fighting spirit against the previous World Championship challenger. There is yet more to reveal about the 989 assassin than what the Whyte showdown revealed. Jermaine Franklin stands at 6'2" with a reach of 196 centimeters. He fights out of the orthodox stance, which will suit him against Joshua. Franklin also boasts a 63% knockout rate. He fights out of Saginaw, Michigan, USA. Jermaine Franklin started boxing at around 13 to avoid fighting in the streets and said it gave him a focus and discipline he had never had before. He stated he wasn't a bad kid, but was getting in a little bit of trouble on the streets. He also stated that he had a love-hate relationship with the sport. Being a big kid and not getting a lot of fights as an amateur, all I was doing was working out and never putting my skills to good use. He fully committed to the sport before he went to the Nationals when he was 17 and represented the state in the Golden Gloves at an amateur level. Franklin, now 29, is still residing in Saginaw, Michigan, a city that has produced superstars like the Soul King Stevie Wonder and the Williams sisters. However, despite the fact that the city is a hotbed of talent, it has its problems. For generations, the city has been plagued by violent crime fueled by drug and gang activity, making it a dangerous environment for young people to grow up in. Franklin made his professional boxing debut at the age of 21 on April 4, 2015 against Deshaun Jenkins, defeating Jenkins via first-round TKO. He went on to win 20 more consecutive fights after the debut, which included 13 wins via stoppage. Some of Franklin's best fights and notable victories include wins over Jerry Forrest, Corey Phelps, and Danny Calhoun, and a few more American up-and-coming fighters. Between 2019 to 2022, he was forced to take over 2 years out of the ring. Franklin had to file for bankruptcy and take up a full-time job working night shifts from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. to support his family, consisting of 2 daughters and a newborn son due to financial issues with his former management team. The up-and-coming heavyweight battle between former 2-time unified heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua and Jermaine Franklin is titled Anthony Joshua vs. Jermaine Franklin, New Dawn. The fight will take place in London's sold-out O2 Arena in Greenwich. Anthony Joshua has lost his last 2 fights, both to Alexander Usyk, and Jermaine Franklin is trying to move past the tight loss to Dillian Whyte, despite the fact that many people thought the fight should have been a draw or for Franklin to win. The fight is that of an afterthought as British duo Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua had agreed to a fight in November or December, but it never happened because of sponsorship problems. Instead, Fury chose to take on Derek Chisora. Franklin will now face Joshua in the opening match of his multi-fight contract with DAZN. As promising as Franklin sounds, we've got Anthony Joshua picked for the win in the early few rounds. AJ is one of the hardest punchers in the game, and possibly outside of Wilder, he is the hardest puncher. To his annoyance, he will always be compared to his arch-rival and fellow Brit Tyson Fury, who boxing fans can only hope to see this matchup, but, as stated, because of network rights, we may never get to see it happen. We think Joshua will have him piped to the post in most aspects, including ring IQ and experience that has come over fighting at the highest level since turning pro after winning gold at the 2012 Olympics in the heavyweight category. But Joshua will not look past the 6'2" big man, and hopefully, as boxing fans, we will have a great fight on our hands. We pay homage to all of the boxers on this channel. We hope both Franklin and Joshua will bring their best on the night, and we will bring you the fight with live commentary on the night of the fight. If you've not done so already, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in to Below the Belt Boxing, YouTube's newest boxing channel on the rise.